So how's it going, everyone? And so the US, okay, let's start. So the US and Israel have finally opened fire on Iran after 3 months of preparation, and the war has been continuously going on for the past 48 hours, and the developments have been insane. So I'm going to quickly go through that with all of you because earlier I didn't want to jump right in due to the fog of war information, but now we do have some concrete information up till now. So first of all, the US and Iran on the 28th of February on the morning at around 12:30 p.m. Indian time. So that is 7 a.m. British time. I'm just giving an UTC. So that time US and Israel began to bomb Tehran. They began to bomb the government buildings in Tehran, and immediately the first strike ended up killing extremely senior IRGC officials, including the Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, and his death was announced yesterday at 1 a.m. Indian time. That is around 11:30 p.m. Iranian time. So then afterwards, Iran decided to retaliate immediately, and what I think was not calculated at Washington or Tel Aviv is that Iran began to fire across the entire Gulf nations. Now, they obviously did prepare that in advance because we could see interceptors in the air, but some damage has been caused largely due to the debris that is falling, because we have to understand that these Gulf countries, they are extremely compact. They are built very dense. So once you have a dense area, it is very difficult that even if you manage to intercept the missiles, you will still have a few hits, you will still have a lot of damage. So that is what exactly been happening and the Gulf countries, especially the UAE, the Bahrain, where the attacks have been so indiscriminate. Iran has been literally firing missiles and drones on the urban cities like Dubai or Abu Dhabi. And yesterday the French naval base in there was also at least looked to have been hit. But as per the allies side, that is the US and the Gulf countries coalition, there has not been much damage, neither much casualties. And right now, since this is a fog of war situation, we cannot really be sure whether they are telling the truth or not, because let's be honest that while Iran does a lot of propaganda, you cannot rule out the propaganda from the allied coalition side, because everybody does propaganda in some war. You will never find true concrete information till it completely ends, till a few years afterwards later. So anyways, Iran began to fire missiles all across the Middle East. UAE was the first target. Then they began to hit on Israel. They began to hit on Jordan. They began to hit on Iraq. Sorry, why would they hit on themselves? And then they began to hit on Bahrain, on Qatar, and Saudi Arabia, UAE. And then they even began to hit Oman. And then the most dangerous thing happened is that Iran informally closed the Strait of Hormuz, and they sunk 2 or 3 oil tankers, especially American and British flagged vessels, with anti-ship missiles. And I did see footage from there, although it could have been reused from the Red Sea conflict of last year. But right now I have not completely verified that information, so I would not be able to completely reassure you all that whether that has actually happened or not. But then afterwards we had attacks towards Israel, and yesterday I am forgetting the name of the city, which is between Tel Aviv and Jerusalem, where a large impact, it starts with B, I cannot remember it, I'll put it down in the video. So there a missile impacted. I think it was a hypersonic maneuverable re-entry vehicle, Fatah 2 ballistic missile. So that crashed inside the city and it killed a lot of people, and the injuries were also inflicted to a lot of people. And it is not like Israel has not suffered much damage from this war, because while I believe that Trump and his party, they initially thought that Iran would succumb under the pressure that they were already facing a lot of protests, and if we just bomb the hell out of their leadership, they will be paralyzed. But the opposite ended up happening, because the Council of Experts ended up appointing a temporary leader, and now they are going to appoint a permanent leader to succeed Ali Khamenei. And then you can see the public opinion in Iran, even though it was pretty against Ali Khamenei, that was due to the economic reasons. When you attack the state as a whole, the IRGC has stopped using religion and has begun to call an attack on the nation itself. When you attack the state itself, you are going to unify people. The same case is in here in India. We may fight all the time. The politics is insane here as well. But when Pakistan committed terrorist attacks, everybody united for a week or two until the attacks took place. So I think that was a big miscalculation on the Washington side. And they have also lost soldiers. Pentagon has officially confirmed 3, although again I do not trust that number right now because it could be higher. The 5th Fleet HQ was targeted in Bahrain, and we did see smokes coming out of there, although it could have just been explosions in the fuel tankers rather than the headquarters or the dockyard itself. So again, cannot confirm anything yet. The fog of war is insane because people are reusing footage from Ukraine's war, from Gaza, from the Indian bombings in Pakistan last year. So that is not confirmed up to this point. And then we have what do we say, attacks in Jordan. Yesterday the the US consulate in Karachi, Pakistan was burnt by the protesters there, and then the US Marines opened fire because obviously they do, once the perimeter of embassy is breached under the Vienna Convention, it is the responsibility of the guard of the country of the embassy, that is the US. At that point, it is their responsibility to protect their diplomats once Pakistan's forces have failed to do so, which was not surprising. Again, they are already losing control over the state. The Pakistan-Afghanistan war is a complete embarrassment for Pakistan, despite the propaganda that Afghanistan is also doing. We have seen that Afghanistan is sending AI-generated footage a lot there, and Pakistan is obviously a lot stronger than Afghanistan, but they are still getting beaten up pretty badly. So, and then Pakistan, the Lahore consulate was also close to getting breached until the Marines opened fire there as well. The Islamabad embassy was not attacked because Pakistan army began to fire on its own people itself, and you have to do that because under the Vienna Convention, you just cannot say that we tried our best or we did it. You have to protect the diplomatic spaces of any country, no matter the public opinion against it. And then public opinion worldwide across has been going against the US and Israel. And we have seen that in history that you might bomb a country, like in Iraq, you may have removed Saddam Hussein. Now see, look at Iraq. What happened to the country? Nothing happened. It has remained a poor country since then. It is still living on oil. There's no real development. There's multiple foreign bases in there. So in the end, I would even say that Iran was better with Saddam Hussein than it is today, despite of the killings and all the oppression that Saddam Hussein did himself. So the assumption that bombing the Iranian Supreme Council would achieve a victory immediately has been proven wrong, because President Trump has himself now said that the war may last 4 weeks or longer to the media. So this is the initial situation in the initial 48 hours. If I have to give my analysis and my assessment, you can only fight a war so long until you have the production capability, and that is where Iran has the advantage, because China and Russia have already been supplying them for a lot of time. And while you may have bombed their main cities, their command hubs, their bases, everything, you cannot track each and every single transporter erector launcher that has missiles loaded on it. You could just hide it in a cave. As soon as the order comes, pull it out, put the coordinates, bomb, send the missile. And then from the US side, if you see that they yesterday even attacked the USS Abraham Lincoln, although CENTCOM confirmed that it was not a major attack and the missiles didn't even get close, and that is to be expected. That is exactly how a carrier group is designed. You don't just sink a carrier by firing 4 missiles at once. So, but we have to see the economic cost. Today it is Monday. I'm recording this video at 6 a.m. Indian time, and the markets are definitely going to crash very badly today. Brent crude will also probably rise to $100 at least, as per my analysis. Gold is already rising. It is around 175,000 rupees, Indian rupees. You can convert that to the dollar rate with today's exchange rate. So the condition is not good. China, India, Japan, Korea, all these Asian countries will face a lot of problems, because a lot of the oil comes from the Hormuz Strait, and now that has been closed and probably could be mined as well. So the US would have to send minesweepers to sweep the area. And now yesterday the RAF base in Cyprus, the RAF Akritory, I think it is called, so that has also been attacked, as confirmed by the US defense UK defense secretary. But I don't think that there's been major damage there, but Iran has proved that they are able to strike up to Cyprus as well, no matter the missiles have gotten shot down. But the UK base in Cyprus is not a leased land or not a joint base. It is sovereign UK territory, because when Cyprus was granted independence, UK kept that land for the air base. So that is actual sovereign British territory, and could engage Article 5 because the territory is in Europe as well. Nothing has come to that sort yet, but that is indeed a possibility. So I do think that the attacks were a mistake, because now after you have attacked Iran, you cannot change the regime there. That is no chance. You may bring Reza Pahlavi there and install the Shah of Iran again, but as per my analysis, that is not going to work, because you cannot just kill the mindset of the people there. A lot of people still support the Ayatollah. In fact, protests have been arising against the US and Israel everywhere where there's a large Muslim population, no matter whether it's Sunni or Shia. I'm not going to comment on religious matters, but I have seen protests outside my house as well, and people are indeed upset of the Islamic community, and rightfully so, because Ali Khamenei was a pretty big imam for them. So that is indeed another possibility. You cannot kill every single IRGC member present in Iran until you put boots on the ground, and for a US invasion of Iran, you would need a minimum of 1 million troops. And the moment you put 1 million troops in the Middle East, China or Russia will seize the advantage, because it will take weeks to get back those 1 million troops back to Europe or the Pacific. So this is indeed a miscalculation from my side. You can bomb a country to oblivion, that doesn't matter. You can destroy the infrastructure, you can destroy the military capabilities. You cannot destroy the mindset of the people. If they feel that they want a particular leader, if they respect a particular leader, you cannot just come in there and kill him and just say that now support us. And psychological operations have also been going on. Apparently, I mean, they say that Mossad has hacked a lot of Iranian and Pakistani TV channels, saying rise up against your government and take the chance. And obviously, if Mossad hacked it, they probably wouldn't put their emblem on top of the hacking images. So I do not buy that, but still, psychological operations have also been going on. Cyber operations have been going on. Iran's internet was halted immediately to 4% after these really cyber attacks. So the situation is pretty worsening at this point. We have to see how the week looks, because now the markets will open and they will crash pretty badly, even in the US, even in the Europe, not just Asia, and especially China will face a very hard time, because now a lot of their oil supplies after Venezuela, Iran, Russia has now been cut. So that is a very dangerous possibility. So that is all I had to say for today, and I will keep updating. I will not put minute to minute updates on this channel, because in the fog of war, it is very hard to gain verified information. So until I get some verified information, that is when I will make another update. Thank you all so much for watching, and I shall see you all in the next video. And if you are in the Middle East, if you are in Israel, please take care of yourself, and please follow the guidelines of your respective governments. If you're in Iran, please follow the guidelines of your respective government, and please take shelter and keep your family members safe. And all right, I shall see you all in the next video. Jai Hind.